flip-flopping. Alireza versus Gukesh? Yes.
Alireza Firouzja, Gukesh,
What do you like? D4 or E4?
Ah, okay. Has it Alireza indicated? Is it the queen's pawn or the...
Yeah, I thought it was D4.
Yeah.
There we go. Now,
Thank you very much, Mr. Gary Kasparov, a great supporter of Romanian chess.
I wish to all the players to make the most inspired moves. Good luck. Please start the clocks.
And we have showtime as the players begin. And there we see Alireza keeping the celebrity move with D4.
on the board. Fabi has played D4 as well, knight of 6 by Bogdan-Daniel Deac, and we see a queen's gambit accepted as played by Gukesh in that crucial game, crucial last round game against Hikaru. He needed to draw as black, he got the draw, and Fabi couldn't win.
Yeah. And the candidates, it was such an important game.
It was
Full of emotion, very, very, very dramatic. And there we do see the pawn trade in the center.
I'm gonna switch my board to this one between Alireza and Gukesh, as both players are playing very, very quickly. And I remember playing a match against Henry Mecking in Sao Paulo, Brazil, where I played this defense, managed to get my preparation on the board. It was fantastic. Bishop b4 check. So standard moves are bishop d2, knight d2, and as you might expect, big variance with them. This pawn sacrifice, it's supposed to be temporary. Idea is that black is not really in time to play a move like c5. So for example, let me just put this down on the board. Bishop takes d2, knight takes d2. You want to be a little bit careful. Moves like c5 invite knight e5, and those are variations you don't want to go anywhere near. I would play knight c6 castles, and then they would round up my pawn on d4, but I get in a lot of trades. I always thought this was a decent way for black to equalize the game.
Maybe because there are so many trades,
Yes.
the most popular move is actually just to intercept the check with the knight.
Exactly, just to avoid seeing a lot of minor pieces. And he did choose, you're right, did choose knight d2. Right now we have a hidden tactical threat of bishop takes f7 check, queen b3, with a double attack against the king and the bishop. So knight comes out to c6,
And then we see
protecting the bishop.
castles. This is the main response.
All standards.
And now when the knight comes to f6, this is where white tends to lunge in the center with e5.
Lunge. Go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah,
And
go
once
for
you
it.
step over the center of the board, you are
Right,
in
the
aggressive.
equator.
Exactly, you're in aggressive territory. So this means that you then have to go forth and continue the initiative.
And we do see knight f6. Miro, pick up on the action in this marquee matchup. Knight f6, and
unfortunate.
Back rank checkmate.
So instead, rook takes c7 played.
Yep.
And this one is definitely fizzling out into a draw.
How come?
How come? Well, you're going to have to cover rook takes g2.
Okay, so first of all, I mean, I'm threatening g7, I'm threatening knight takes f8. I'm not threatening, as we saw, rook takes e3, so I'm assuming you have to play rook g2.
Yeah, king
h1. Now give me your rook. Maybe now I can take your knight. How about that? How about
Well, rook f2.
Okay. Pause. So, rook check,
King f7.
Oops.
And this is where we need the other rook to be on b1.
Yeah. Okay. So that means I have to take. No. I have to take.
Yeah, you have to take the knight, and then
it's
this
a
is where we
perpetual
get the perpetual check.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's how the fizzle. Well, it was a
short
burst of
squeeze.
excitement
Yes.
there in that one, as a draw seems to be a result.
Well, we've had a lot of people speculate as to what our co-commentator Christian does in Bucharest when he's not on camera.
I bet he could.
Because we are seeing a repetition between Alireza and Gukesh, and they did decide to settle the game with this particular rook checks.
The Queen's Gambit accepted has been doing fantastically well for Gukesh. People really are not making a dent in his go-to defenses. There we see the handshake on our first result. There has been, well, we call it cautious play. It wasn't really cautious play, just a correct game.
It's very correct, right?
Right? But I like this rook e5 move very, very much. Yeah, that's the players have already
Right. As of now, we have